Moscow, the capital of Russia, a city with a great history where a millennium of heritage and the pulse of modernity flow together. Many call this city the heart of Russia. It is not just an administrative center, but an unforgettable confluence of economy, education, arts, and culture. Every alley, every palace, every face in Moscow reflects the stories of that long history, where the grandeur of Russian czars, the fire of revolution, the harshness of the Soviet era, and the touch of modern European urban life are intertwined. This city is over 850 years old, yet its appearance today stands with technology, dreams of the future, and the glory of the past side by side. Moscow is home to more than 13 million people, making it one of the largest and most populous cities not only in Russia, but also in Europe. This vast population includes various ethnic groups and communities. Alongside the majority Russians, there are Tatars, Ukrainians, Armenians, Georgians, Kazakhs, Azerbaijanis, and people from other ethnic groups who have made their homes here. Due to this diversity, a unique, multi-layered culture has developed in Moscow's society. Generally, Muscovites are reserved, hardworking, and somewhat formal. But they possess warmth, especially when relationships become close. The younger generation has increased their use of English, but the main language of the city remains Russian. Moscow's food culture is as diverse as the city itself. Traditional Russian dishes such as borscht, a beetroot soup, Pelmeni, Russian dumplings, Blini, thin pancakes, Shchi, cabbage soup, are popular in every home and restaurant in Moscow. Fish, meat, potatoes, and dairy products are abundant on the tables here. As a modern city, coffee culture has rapidly grown in Moscow. Various modern coffee shops are found on every corner of the city, where young people spend their time. If you want to taste international cuisine, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Italian, and Middle Eastern foods are easily available. For the Muslim community, there are halal restaurants where Turkish and Central Asian dishes are very popular, and Russian vodka is an inseparable part of the local culture. The use of various alcoholic beverages is normal here during festivals, gatherings, or social interactions. Moscow's cultural heritage is famous worldwide. The Bolshoi Theater, one of the world's finest centers for opera and ballet, where classical music, dance, and opera festivals take place throughout the year. The Tretyakov Gallery, the Pushkin Museum. These museums are a paradise for art lovers, preserving works by the best Russian and international artists. Red Square and the Kremlin are not only parts of Russia's history, but also of the world's heritage. The colorful domes of St. Basil's Cathedral remain a symbol of Moscow today. Standing in its shadow, the past and present are clearly intertwined. Moscow is unique in art, literature, music, drama, and film. Religiously, Moscow is primarily influenced by Christian Orthodoxy. The continuity of the Russian Orthodox Church's large churches, domes, icons, and cathedrals is spread across every corner of the city. However, Muslims, Jews, Buddhists, Catholics, and followers of various other religions also live here equally. Thousands of Muslims pray every Friday in large mosques. But beyond religion, Moscow's main culture is largely secular. Modernity and professional busyness are more reflected in people's daily lives than religion. Economically, Moscow is the richest city in all of Russia, but the cost of living here is also the highest. The average income of people is much higher compared to other cities in the country, but expenses in rent, food, education, and entertainment are considerable in all areas. Renting a small apartment in the city center can start from a few $100s per month and go up to more than $1,000. However, Moscow is world-class in transportation, especially the metro. The Moscow metro is not only fast and affordable, but each station is a work of art. The metro's underground realm is like an underground palace, where walls are decorated with various murals, paintings, marble, chandeliers, and sculptures. The cost of food is also varied. Shopping at supermarkets is cheaper, but dining at luxury or international restaurants is quite expensive. The quality of education and healthcare is very high on one hand. While services at government institutions are affordable, private schools, colleges, and hospitals are comparatively costly. Entertainment, such as theater, concerts, sports, nightlife, is available at every corner of the city, although the expenses for these are also relatively high. The weather in Moscow is harsh, especially in winter. From November to March, there is intense cold, with temperatures often dropping below -20 degrees Celsius. Snow falls, rivers freeze, and everything is covered with a white blanket. The lifestyle changes in winter. People spend most of their time indoors, wear thick clothing when going outside, and the demand for hot drinks and soups increases. Summer is much more comfortable, although it does not get very hot, but the city's parks, riverbanks, open-air cafes, and open concert stages all come alive then. The city of Moscow is full of contrasts: modern skyscrapers, luxurious shopping malls, international business centers coexist alongside century-old wooden houses, Tsarist-era palaces, massive Soviet-era monuments, and historic churches. Throughout the city lies the famous university, Moscow State University, where students come from various countries around the world. Moscow's contributions to research, technology, industry, and literature are undeniable. Moscow at night appears in a completely different form. The city lights, the crowd on the streets, walking by the river at night, the crowds in clubs, cafes, and restaurants, all together make the night seem not silent, but lively. Young people are the most active in Moscow at night. Nightlife, concerts, dance clubs, festivals, jazz bars. They participate in all of these. Sports, especially football and ice hockey, are very popular here. Large stadiums, international competitions, the enthusiasm of the supporters, all are part of Moscow's sports culture. Every part of the city bears the mark of history. Red Square, once the site of royal parades, revolutionary gatherings, and Soviet-era demonstrations, is now bustling with tourists. The Kremlin, the symbol of Russia's power, the country's political and administrative center. The city's parks, Gorky Park, Sokolniki, Izmailovsky, everywhere scenes of people relaxing, playing sports, and enjoying family time. Famous for its art, the underground art spaces, modern galleries, street performers, literary cafes, all are expressions of Moscow's vibrant culture. The city is never still. It changes every moment. On one hand, preserving old traditions, and on the other, embracing technology and modernity. This dual flow makes Moscow unique. Here, festivals, holidays, New Year celebrations, Maslenitsa, the farewell to winter festival, Victory Day. There is a gathering of people in Moscow for everything. In clothing, food, language, and customs, multinationalism is blended everywhere. All in all, Moscow is not just the capital of Russia, but a global city. Here, the past and present coexist. Technology and tradition move forward hand in hand. Despite the harsh weather, high costs, and busy lifestyle, the people of Moscow have created a vibrant, diverse, and culturally rich urban life. Every day here feels like a new chapter in history, every night like a colorful chapter of dreams for the future. The beauty of Moscow, its culture, the warmth of its people, the opportunities, and its global influence, all together make this city truly unique, a shining star on the world map.